Being a DJ isn't about the music anymore. It's fucking exhausting. That is a quote I saw in a Facebook thread recently and it stopped me in my tracks. Every producer hates social media. I don't know why you feel the same way. You just want to sit in the studio and make music, not stress over reels or TikToks or what's trending. And I get it, because social media used to be about connecting and now it's about content, views, pressure, burnout. And you got into this because you love music, but now you feel guilty when you're not posting. That conflict, that's not you. That's the system making you feel like creating music isn't enough anymore. So here's the question. Do music producers actually need to be on social media anymore? This video is for every artist that's ever thought, if I stop posting, will people forget me? Is this what I have to do now? I'm going to show you why that belief is outdated and give you smarter, saner strategies to grow your music career without selling out or burning out. Whether you're trying to build a fan base, book gigs, be a DJ, or just feel inspired again, you are in the right place today. And also, hit subscribe if you're tired of the grind and ready for a new path. Let's talk music marketing, let's talk artist development, and build a career that actually works for you. Before we go any further, I make weekly videos just like this, breaking down music marketing and artist development in a way that actually makes sense for artists and DJs and music producers today. So if you're trying to grow your career without burning out on content, then definitely subscribe to this channel. This is where we're going to get real with a strategy, because like someone said in that Facebook thread, the time I spend stressing over posts, I could be mixing, I could be digging for tunes, and I could be refining my skills. And honestly, that's exactly what we need to protect. There's a belief that if you're not posting constantly, you'll disappear. And that if you don't keep feeding the algorithm, people will forget you. So what do? We force ourselves to show up everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, SoundCloud, YouTube, Threads, X, LinkedIn, all of it, all the time, everywhere. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to play to the right crowd. Think about it. You wouldn't roll up to a drum and bass night and drop a house set, would you? So why are we treating every platform like it's the same gig with the same crowd? A person on Facebook recently said, the amount of times I've been overlooked while others are getting booked for their online presence is ridiculous. If you dress like an idiot or get half naked, you get followers and then you get booked. That frustration is real, and it leads to a lot of artists putting their energy in the wrong places. So let's get this clear. If your goal is to get heard and not seen, then maybe you use SoundCloud plus email and a tight community is all you need. If your goal is to build connection with your people, maybe Twitch and a WhatsApp group is where it all happens. If your goal is to get booked, then focus on your mixes, authentic relationships, and your local network. Different goals require different platforms. And the artists who win, they're the ones who stop chasing the hype and start aligning their strategy with what actually matters to them. The goal isn't to be visible everywhere. The goal is to show up in the right places, for the right reasons, and for the right crowd. And look, I get it. Most producers and DJs, this isn't your 9 to 5. You've got a job, you've got a family, a life outside of the DJ booth, and you're trying to treat content creation like another full-time role. And that's the fast track to burnout. That's why in a minute I'm going to break down a few simple strategies you can actually follow. Like how you can go all in on YouTube and make it your home base. How you can treat SoundCloud like your social media feed. Follow artists in your lane and engage with them, and then build a niche in that scene. How you can turn something like a Facebook thread into a real WhatsApp community of like-minded producers and DJs. Or how you could use email and Telegram to connect directly with your fans and your crew without needing to play the algorithm game. But before we get into the how, let me show you why this works and why this shift is already happening. You're not building a brand, you're building a music career at the end of the day. And the game isn't followers anymore. It's about matching, helping the platform show your content to the right people. Not just anyone anymore, your people. You don't need 10 million views, you need 50 fans who show up to your next gig. And that on-target growth, that's where the freedom starts. And what I'm sharing with you in this video This is the same strategy I use with artists I coach every single week. But I want you to have it too, because we're all figuring this out together at the end of the day. And nobody should be doing this alone. If this hits home and you want a real plan, I break it all down in a free training I call the Artist Accelerator. It's where we teach artists how to grow using the right platform, the right content, and the community strategy without chasing trends or burning out. Comment AA or use the link in the description. It's completely free. Go and watch that training. It's wicked. That Facebook thread I mentioned earlier, it wasn't just complaining. It was a community forming right there in the comments. Dozens and dozens of DJs and producers with the same pain, the same passion, the same pressures. Burnt out by social media, but still fully committed to the music. That's your scene. That's your crowd. But here's what most artists forget. Every single one of those followers a big artist has, that person is a potential superfan, not a number. And if you're trying to be everywhere, chasing every algorithm, chasing every trend, you'll never have actual time to build that connection. You're not a team of 5. You're not a content agency. You're an artist. You need a system that fits with you, that starts building your crew. Now, yes, some promoters are booking based on vanity metrics, follow count, engagement rate, monthly listeners, whoever is the loudest online. Because when they see a DJ with a big following, they don't just see a good set, they see potential ticket sales. That number becomes proxy for how many people might walk in through the front door. And it's not personal, it is business. Some promoters are in the business of putting on shows that sell out and bring a return. They don't always book the same genre, they don't always book the same artists, they book artists that can move tickets. But that's not the only game in town. You can flip the script. Here's the psychological twist. Instead of trying to impress the gatekeepers, become the gatekeeper. Put your money where your mouth is and your time where your keyboard warrior is. Be part of the fix and not just the moaning about the problems. Throw your own events. Start small. A coffee shop, a chicken shop, a warehouse session for 30 people who actually give a shit. Because when you build something from the ground up, when you control the room, no one can ignore you. And no one's checking your follow count. They're checking your vibe. Some of the best events happening right now, they're not on flyers. They're not on the social media. They're the underground events, built inside WhatsApp groups. No lineup, no clout, just a feeling that something is happening. And that's what really matters. That's what creates culture, and that's what gives you leverage. Because most artists never realize we're not wired for growth, we're wired for belonging. You're not chasing numbers, you're chasing the feeling of being seen, being valued, and being part of something. And social media, when used wrong, hijacks that. It gives you a dopamine hit from likes, but no real connection. And you end up more visible, but less fulfilled. And that's why this shift matters. You don't need more followers, you need more alignment and a scene, a sound, and a system that's built around you. So let's talk the solutions. Because depending on your goals, the way you show up online can look completely different, and that's when most artists get stuck. They're trying to do everything on every platform all at once, but that's precisely what burns you out. Because if you're clear on what you actually want, the path forward is really simple. And here's 5 strategies, 5 actual paths that can take depending on what you want. You don't need to do them all, you just need one that fits you. All right, number 1, the socially sound strategy. If you're a producer and you just want your music to be heard, use SoundCloud like your social media. Drop creations, leave comments, DM other producers, repost what you love, and now people ask me, how do you find actual other producers you want to connect with on SoundCloud? Simple. Start by searching for the tags that match your sound, like Deep House, or House, or Garage, or UKG, or Techno, or Drum and Bass. Then sort them by recent, not popular, so you can see active users. Or go to your most recent uploads. SoundCloud will show you your top fans. Those are your people. Message them, talk to them, and actually start getting them off SoundCloud into something you control, like an email or a WhatsApp. Build a small crew of like-minded artists, and maybe even start a WhatsApp group where you swap tracks, give feedback, and support each other's releases. Offer free downloads on SoundCloud using a tool like Hyped It, and collect the emails through the SoundCloud connection. Comment Hyped It if you want a video on how to set all that up, and I'll send you the video. Now you're growing both your email database, your SoundCloud following, all at the same time. And you could just start a broadcast list as well, so when you drop a track, your people hear about it instantly. This isn't about chasing the numbers. It's about building a world around your sound, one honest listener at a time. And when you release new music, you've got a solid platform and a real crew that's going to back it. All right, number 2, the YouTube residency strategy. If your goal is to get booked more often as a DJ, this one's for you. YouTube is the most powerful platform out there. And no, I don't mean about going viral. I mean building proof. Pick a day, once or twice a month, record a set, film it, post it, and that's your online residency. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can shoot it from your iPhone or invest in a decent camera and clean audio, something that's you're going to grow into, and keep your focus on consistency. Your job is to show up and document your sound and how you DJ. And now here's what most DJs skip. Your title and thumbnail of that video are everything. That's what gets the click. So study your analytics, test everything, learn what makes people stop scrolling and say, yeah, I need to hear that mix. Remember, if they don't click, then they don't listen. And don't just post it and disappear. Use the community tab to talk to your audience, ask questions, share behind the scenes. Let them be part of your journey, even if it's small at the start. This isn't just about views. This is about proof of work over time. When someone checks out your name, they'll find a full page of your sound, your taste, your voice, and that's what gets you booked. Once you have a channel that grows, you can even monetize it. Memberships, pay what you want, free downloads, exclusive mixes. You're not just DJing, you're building a platform that scales with you. All right, number 3, the weekly ritual strategy. If you want to DJ every week, this is your move. Live streaming. It's still one of the most underrated ways to grow in 2025. Twitch, YouTube Live, Mixcloud Live, LFG, pick one, make it your home, set a schedule, same time, same day. Let that become a ritual for you, but also for the people who tune in. It doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is consistency. People aren't showing up for the flash, they're showing up for the feeling. And here's the mindset shift. Don't think about getting big. Think about building 10, 20, 100 regulars who show up every week for you. That's a dance floor, that's a scene. And as that number grows, so does your leverage. You've now built an inbuilt audience to announce releases to, sell merch to, or book real world shows with. You can even turn your stream into a series, give it a name, give it a vibe, give it a culture, invite guests in to come on stream with you, do takeovers, make it a thing. Because if you do this for 12 months and you stay consistent, you'll have something most DJs don't, a loyal crowd that's already behind you before the clubs even find out. All right, number 4, this is the producer powerhouse strategy. If you don't want to DJ and you just want to focus on making music, then that's okay. But be real with yourself. Are you good enough to help other people sound better? Because this is where your opportunity could be. You could mix and master for other artists, or offer production services, do collabs, be the engineer behind someone else's idea. Not everyone needs to be the front and center. Some of the most respected people in the music business are the people behind the boards. The strategy is about turning your skills into an income and your process into a platform. Careers need income at the end of the day, and you can use SoundCloud and Bandcamp to share your work and offer sample packs, presets, or tutorials. Build an email list of producers who trust your ear and respect your style. Create a private Discord, Telegram groups, or a series where you share tools, ideas, and unreleased content. You become the resource, not just the artist. And guess what? When you become the person other producers rely on, you're never out of work. You're always part of the success. You don't need followers. You don't need relationships. You just need your reputation. So if you're the one who'd rather stay in the studio than on the stage, then that's one's for you. All right, number 5, the drop strategy. If you want to build a community through your taste, not just your content, then this one's yours. Every day, post a track of the day on Threads or X, and it could be your own tune or it could be something you've found, a forgotten gem. Keep the caption simple, one line on why it bangs, where it fits in your set, or where you heard it first. Share something personal, something honest. Now here's the trick, link it to your Spotify playlist that you update weekly, and that becomes your living archive of your channel, your radio show in a sense, your crate. And over time, people will follow your playlist. They'll tune in for your daily drops, and eventually they'll start associating you with good music. Whether it's yours or not, that builds trust, that builds reach, and it also creates a space for your own music to live inside a larger culture. Add a Telegram channel and a broadcast list or a weekly email to go deeper with those cuts. You don't need to go viral, you just need to be valuable. This is strategy for the diggers, the tastemakers, the heads, the ones who love music enough to share it every single day. And if you've made it this far, here's a little Brucey bonus for you. Strategy number 6, a little off the books but powerful. This is the broadcast builder strategy. If you love sharing music, setting a vibe, or giving people something to tune into, start a radio show. It doesn't need to be on some massive station. You can just host it on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, or if you want a real home, something like Data Transmission Radio. It's our own real radio station. We launched DT Radio to give DJs and curators a platform free of clout, content trends, and social media noise. Just music, just energy, just consistency. Start with one mix a month, add a couple of voice notes, talk about the tracks, invite a guest in every now and then, make it your own. It's your own show at the end of the day. And that show becomes a habit. Once you've got your sound, your vibe, your rhythm locked in, that's when you can start syndicating your shows to other platforms, and you can take that show and you can get it picked up on other bigger stations, and you can get millions and millions of fans. You could partner with blogs or even land on community FM radio stations and grow your audience beyond the algorithm. And if you want to host your own show on Data Transmission, check the description for the link where you can apply, or just comment DT Radio and I'll reach out with a link and show you how to sign up. That's how you go from hobbyist to tastemaker, from DJ to platform. So now you've got the strategies, 6 different paths, 6 ways to build a music career in 2025. Not based on hype, not based on algorithms, but based on clarity and consistency. But here's the truth. Most artists don't need more artists, they need a plan. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start growing with a proven system, then check out the Artist Blueprint. It's my full course for artists who want to build real audience, book more gigs, and release music consistently without burning out or selling out. We've had hundreds of artists go through it, and if you're serious about your career, this is where it begins. You'll find the link in the description or comment the word blueprint, but if you're not quite ready yet, no worries. If you want to start on any of the platforms we've talked about today, whether it's YouTube or SoundCloud or live streaming, I've created this playlist which takes you from 0 to 1,000 on each of those platforms. And you don't need to choose the loudest platform, you just need to choose the one that fits your sound, your goals. And I put them all into a playlist so you can go and check that next, pick the platform you want to start building on, and let's get you to your first 1,000 fans the right way. See you later.